Okay, if you've been on my channel long enough, you know I am. If you just glimpsed at it or have been following, you know I'm a fan of Harry Potter, DC, Marvel, etc. Yada yada. Not so much Marvel. That's a video for another time. But what I probably have not mentioned is I like Lord of the Rings. And, well, probably from the title, you know what's coming, is Amazon has decided to be stupid enough to try to desecrate Lord of the Rings. I don't. I'm not gonna show articles, but I'll probably put some other channels in a description so you can see the articles themselves. But there's enough out there to show that Amazon clearly does not care about the fans. That's clearly there, showing that half the stuff that's talked about is not even remotely talking about the plot itself. Is mostly talking about the skin, gender, race. Oh, okay, I already said. But yeah, race, gender, political, and and this is a prime example. We've already seen it from everywhere else has done it, but Lord of the Rings, you do not try to desiccate Tolkien and get away with it. That just does not happen in the slightest. So, it's just crazy. I'm, but the special thing about the fan Tolkien is every other thing has done it after release, where we're not putting up with it at all since the first teaser dropped. They've we they've been downvoting it ridiculously. The ratio is embarrassingly bad. It's not even close. Some of it's like a million dislikes to a few thousand likes. It's embarrassingly bad by how much this is getting disliked. Shows the Tolkien that Amazon clearly does not care. I mean, the director said, literally by quote, that an adaptation of Tolkien should reflect the real world. No, it shouldn't. It's a mythology for England. He hated allegories so much that the first adaptation that was presented to him, I think he despised it, and I think he called it something like Devil's Work or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was something along the lines of that, but it should not reflect the real world. We are in a mythology, not even close to the real world. It should not reflect the real world in the slightest. It should reflect Tolkien, not the real world. We also go to watch these shows from to escape real life, not to go back into it. So, things like this just blows my mind. It's stupid to begin with. So, I don't understand at all. It it just confuses me how they would be first off so political, and the funniest one I think is the one playing the queen dwarf, saying the first female dwarf to ever be seen in Tolkien's realm. all you have to do is watch first 5 minutes of The Hobbit, and you're already proven wrong. Like, the fact that in the word dwarf of color just is actually kind of funny. Not in a it's though it's a stupid phrase that I've never heard. Why is that? Why do you even need to say that? It's like it should not be like this was based off European mythology. In most of them were white, but and they say that we were the best part. We were casted because we were the best part. No, you were casted because of your skin. Like if you were the best part, the best choice there, that is fine. I don't care if you're the best choice there. But that was not the case. You were casted because of your race. That is it. Like, I wouldn't have been a problem with it if they were casted because they were obviously the best part. Like, if you got, I don't know, let's say Denzel Washington to play Elrond or something, obviously I would have been fine because it's Denzel Washington and he's excellent. But half these people, or the majority, I've never, most of them are probably unknowns or under the radar people. So you're casting people that are, you're putting two directors that have an uncredited on Star Trek to begin with, and they said themselves, most people would not have picked us. Then why would you even say that to begin with? That just already puts freaking it already puts um it already puts a not sure to trust to begin with. But then you go and insult someone who don't insult the fans as if we maybe we wanted to watch it, but now that you decide to do that, we don't want to. We're not so inclined to trust you. Like some of the like they say it's not political, but then the actors go and say the stuff they do. So it counteracts what they said, and they kind of don't coincide. So it's a bunch of weird stuff going on. I just don't know. But I can say one thing. I'm excited for it just to meme the crap out of it. It's going to be glorious, and I just can't wait for the show. It's going to be glorious to just meme it to hell. What's the Mordor? Does that count, or Shadow? Maybe it's a Shadow or Mordor. Anyway. I just think, like, if they made it accurate, and first off, you go as Peter Jackson, who arguably made one of the best, maybe the best, book to movie adaptations we've ever seen, and ghost him entirely, don't respond. You can say it's Tolkien to say, but still, you could have at least said something ghosting him. You could have, it could have helped you. It could have. But you decide to not, just say nothing in its entirety. Like, defense Peter Jackson being kind. You don't want to be hateful to people in Hollywood, yada yada. Also, Hollywood just has this thing about men are stupid, women are. You have Galadriel as a warrior. She was never a warrior in this age. Why are you doing it? I don't know. You have this whole thing of now is Men bad, women are always right. What the hell? Okay, let me know your thoughts about the show and if you're excited for it, insulted that it exists entirely. I know most of us are, but if you have a different opinion, let me know in the comments down below. Bye.